Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Omega Given here. We are going to be showing you a new rule set that I came out with for a SABACC deck, but you can also play this with normal playing cards, and with that, it's a really fun game. So if you do not know SABACC, this is a SABACC game from Galaxy's Edge. It comes with a SABACC deck of cards and 2 dice. So the deck of cards includes red cards and green cards and 2 black cards. Black cards mean 0. Red cards are negative of however much it is, which this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this one means 10. You'd have to understand what these mean. This one just means 10. And then green cards are positive numbers. So that's basically the 2 things you need to play. If you're going to play with a normal deck of cards for this game, the black cards can be your green cards, jokers can be your zeros, and red cards can be your red cards, your negative cards. All right, with that aside, that's the things you need to play this game. The objective. So the objective, since this is called SABACC Squadrons, it's kind of like you're building up and attacking other people's ships, or theoretical ships. Their stack of cards that represents their ship. So the objective. The last ship standing is the winner, or this is be predetermined amongst your friend group when you're playing. The largest ship after blank or so many rounds, or the most ships after so many rounds. So it can be large ship, most ship, or last ship. You can choose which playstyle you want, but with that, we're going to go right into the setup and how the cards interact to play the game. So we're going to do kind of 2-player here. Hopefully we can fit this all on my desk. So we're going to deal out 5 cards to each player. 1, 2, 3, actually 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 5 cards are dealt to each player. We're going to play face up. I guess we'll do it side by side so we can be able to see them a little easier on the screen. So 5 cards each player. Each player should have at least 3 positive cards. If not, then discard until each player has 3 positive. This rule can be, getting rid of depending on how you want to play the game, but we're going to do the 3 cards. So the player can choose which card they want to discard. For this hand, you want the highest number on your card. So this is 7, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 5, and this is 4. So you can't discard green cards in the beginning, but we need another green card. So we're going to discard this one. So I'll just throw it into a discard pile and draw. They now have 3 green cards, so they can begin the game. This hand, let's see, they have a 0 card, which is probably pretty good, and they have a 1. That's awful. But they don't have 3 greens. There we go. We got 3 greens in this deck now. So we have three greens in each hand. That's the setup of the game. Now we can start the rounds. So there are 3 different phases of a round, which is the deploy phase, the matchmaking phase, and then the battle phase. Matchmaking phase is actually only if you're playing for 3 or more players. If you're playing 2-player, you don't need to do the matchmaking phase, as you will always be matched with each other. All right, with that said, let's go to the deploy step. Each player will place 3 cards face down, which will represent their 3 ships that they have. For example, since we started out with 3 cards, we're going to place these face down. So this will be 3 different ships for this person. So that is what those will represent. Now this person, they have these 3. So they're going to place these 3 face down. This is why we start the game with 3 green cards, because then you at least have 3 ships. So that is the first thing, or the first round, the deploy round. A couple of stipulations with this is going to happen every single round where you're going to place 3 face down cards, except for these cards form a ship. So you'll be placing 3 face down cards on top of the previous cards, which are your ship. You could try and build up those ships. So this is kind of like establishing your ships, since this is the first round of the game. All right, so we have our ships placed face down. If this is the first round, these ships should be positive cards. If you don't play with the rule where you have to have 3 starting, then you might have 2 or less ships, meaning you do not have the advantage of having more ships. All right, if you have any empty stacks from being destroyed, you do not start with a positive card on that stack. Then you can place positive cards, but they will be immediately discarded. So if you say in future rounds, if one of your ships was destroyed, but you need to place a card there and you don't want to place a negative card, then you can place a positive card, but it will immediately be discarded once it's flipped up because your ship is already destroyed. So that's kind of like how you're going to play that rule. All right, once they're all face down, let's go to the matchmaking phase, which basically you roll dice until somebody has a match, which, hey, luckily I actually just got a match right there. So you have a match, and then those people will play, and you keep rolling until everybody has a match making. That's basically how you can do matchmaking. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. All right, and if you're playing with odd amount of players, you can draw 3 cards off the top of the pile and use those as the opponent of the odd player out. So that's kind of like how we're going to do that. All right, after that matchmaking, we go to the battle phase. So let me scroll down the rules so I can make sure I get this right. So in the battle phase, players will align their squadrons 3 ships side by side in formation. So they have 3 cards each, face up like this. So these are the 3 ships that they have. Okay, so basically your whole idea of the game is the ships are going to attack across from each other. All right, so positive cards will add plating to the ship. Sorry, got a cough in there. And then negative cards will attack the plating of another ship. So if there is no plating in the ship was destroyed, so it would just do nothing to that pile or whatever. So red cards, how it destroys is if a red card, so if there was a red, let's say there's a red 5 here, if this red 5 was placed here, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, it can destroy this because it is equal to, and it can also destroy this or this because it's less than. You cannot destroy a plating that is greater. So if this was over here, this could not destroy this. So it would be discarded and a waste. So that is basically how red cards work. So since this is the first round, no one has red cards, we're going to call that end of round. Everyone draws back up to 5 cards. You can play with more ships, but you need to make sure you increase your hand size. So like I kind of oftentimes would say that you should try to keep 2 cards more than your full hand. That's kind of what I would say. All right, so we're back up to our full hand size. We go back down to the deploy phase. So let's take a look at this player right here. This player, oops, I did not grab all my cards. There we go. This player has a really good negative cards. Okay, so if we're going to be the last ship standing here, we really want to destroy some other ships. So this card is very solid to destroy this one because it's equal to, so we won't waste any bigger cards later on. So let's grab that one and hit that one out of here. We want that out of this park. All right. So this person, maybe they want, so this was a 4, or this is a 5. Maybe they want to make sure that this ship stays alive. So we're going to put our biggest green on this ship. This is all going to be face down, by the way. You don't play them face up, or else you might give a hint at what you're going to do your next round. And then maybe this ship, let's actually destroy that plating. That might be good, because if they don't place green cards, then we might be able to do a quick winning hand. All right, what does this player do? Let's flip up and see what this player does. Ooh, okay, so this is a great example. So we have this card. This is a 0 card. What this card does is it acts as, if it's placed on any of these, it will neglect all of the red cards that round. So this person might want to build up a really powerful hand. So what they're going to do is they're going to do a red, or I mean their biggest green on this card. They're going to do, oh, and it also makes it so they, all red is neglected this round. So also their own. You can also play it where it doesn't do that, but it just makes it fair that it's like a whatever round. So we're going to build up the best we can for these ships. We're going to do this one, and then we're going to place this one on this one. So we run the risk of this ship being a little bit weaker, but we can survive a little bit harder. All right, now that that's done, that is the end of that phase, matchmaking phase, but we're 2 players, so we don't need matchmaking phase. Go to the battle phase. We place everything flip up, and then we see what we do. Since this person has this card, it neglects all red cards. So we're going to take the red cards and put them in discard, and then these are all added to the ships. All right, draw back up, and you keep doing this until the end of the game, which is the strongest ships after so many rounds, or the most ships after a round, or the last one standing, which could take a long time, just saying. So be careful of those rules. And there's only 2 0 cards in the whole deck, so you got to be careful with your use of those. So yeah, that's basically it. But that is the whole game. Some additional rules that I have that you can use in this game is that deploy phase, you can flip the entire stack of cards that forms your ship over and adjust your ship's formation before adding your next cards. For example, you can flip these cards over, make sure they're nice and stacked so that they don't see what's what, and you can flip it around and you can like see if you want some different formation. So that's a rule that you can play. So you play your deploy phase face down. You just got to make sure you keep an eye on what cards are yours, and do not cheat. Do not swap out cards. All right, but that's one rule you can add. You can probably do that later on when you're bored of the normal rules. Another one is you can play with more ships, which I said earlier. Another one is you can have a completely random start where you don't have the 3 positive cards in the beginning. You can just play with the hands given to you. And then the final rule, which is kind of a more interesting one, is the Asteroid Belt rule. So you can add the Asteroid Belt right before battle phase. So what's going to happen is what you're going to do is you're going to go and do your normal thing. This person's going to probably just like keep building up these cards and maybe does that kind of setup or whatever. This person, let's see what they want to do. What's some good ones? Let's just say they want to get a really powerful ship. That's a really good one. Really powerful. Maybe they want to just, I don't know, keep the ship alive, because sometimes it's good to just keep it alive when you can. And they see that they don't have a strong card to just, or like they have some really powerful cards, so they might not want to use these. So we're going to just, I guess they might have to discard this one. It's not that good of a card, so it doesn't matter. So let's flip it. Oh wait, actually, so we're playing the Asteroid Belt rule. If you want an Asteroid Belt rule, you're going to place 3 cards right here in the center. These act as an Asteroid Belt. What an Asteroid Belt means is that all cards here will count as negative whether they're green or not. With that said, it will deal bit damage to both sides. So Asteroid Belt is flipped out. We're going to flip the cards up, and we're going to see who can survive the Asteroid Belt round before you start doing your attacking round. So this is negative, meaning this will destroy the equal or less than, and with the highest card first. So this will destroy one of these, and this will destroy this plating. 1, 2, 3, 4, or either or, I guess. So that destroys those platings. This will do 6. Looks like this does not hit any of these. So that's actually one good thing about having big ships. But this will destroy this card. And then over here we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning this can destroy this, and it will destroy this. So with that out of the way, this will destroy this card. And then over here we got a 4 or a 3, and it does not destroy anything on the plating on that side. So we're now down to 2 ships. This person is very stacked with this hand, so you know they're gonna probably win. But that's basically the whole gist of the game. You can keep playing, and we might as well just keep playing right now and see where we go. So we're gonna flip all these cards around, look at this, and of course I did say that that you could play this with a normal set of playing cards. SABACC is a -1 through -10 and +1 through +10. A normal deck of playing cards would be, you know, 1 through 13, or yeah, 1 through 13. So it's a little bit different on the dynamic of like the positive cards, but you can still play in that fashion. You can kind of do what you want, and it can be played with any deck of playing cards really with that. All right, so let's see here. Ooh, this is a solid hand because they got a 9, -9. So we're gonna place that one down here. Maybe they just want to wipe this guy out. Let's wipe the floor with them. Just do that, because they can only destroy 1 plating, right? So they could technically destroy this card. Oh, that might be a reason why we might not want to do that right now. Maybe we want to build it up first. So let's build that up. And then over here, let's see what we want to do. We got some really powerful cards, so we need to use them wisely. So just the same, we have a positive card here, so that's might be destroyed because they might do something over there. So let's just throw some crappy plating on it, and let's just keep building this up. All right, over here, you can see that there might become a phase where like the game will never end because you just keep adding and subtracting every round. So that's where you have to probably implement the other rules, which is the largest ship wins, or you know, something like that. Because sometimes you might get unlucky and that you might get low cards, and yeah, that's it. With this said, there is another thing that I'm going to add to this game. There's an optional rule, which kind of makes a little bit of sense. Is say this is a -9. Over here we have a 3 and a 4, adding up to 7. These can destroy both cards if the addition of both of them are still under. So that way you can still destroy smaller ships. So I'm going to add that rule as an optional rule. I actually don't have it in my document until now when I'm just thinking about it, but it makes it so you can actually destroy ships a little bit easier, because if you keep just doing one plating at a time, it will take forever to do. But this round, these two are destroyed, and you could continue on to the next round. And let's see, let's finish up this game. We're gonna play all face up just to make it easy. So with that said, I'm gonna play with that additional rule because it makes it a little bit easier. So this is a 11, so it can't be destroyed by any cards whatsoever, which is good for at least this person. But this person really wants to destroy that one, so we're gonna place that there. I don't know, let's just play this here, add to it, because we don't want to quite waste that card yet. We want to use all of these reds on that. Here they just want to add, I don't know, let's just add let's add a 1. Or no, a 2. Like, it's not too good, but maybe it might be good over time. All right, so we reveal this can destroy this, getting that out of the way, and everything else is added. Keep playing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, did I not add something? I did add something. 3, 4, 5. I don't know what just happened there. Apparently I had 6 cards before. All right, so they have another neglect. This person's getting really lucky because they can just do that neglect here if they want, and maybe just add some value to some of the ships. And then this person, I don't know, they might want to take out another one, and possibly even right here. Actually, you know what? They have 3. They might as well just want to take out that ship completely. And yeah, let's just add to that power. All right, go, flips them over, neglects, and that's the end of that round. Let's just keep going. 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. All right, and let's see. This person is really probably gonna hate this person for all the stuff they're doing. So they're gonna do a -4. I don't know, another +10. They see that there was a +10 in the previous round, so they're gonna try to like destroy that +10. And they might as well like try to take down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 7. Oh, they don't have the cards that they would want to destroy that. So maybe they'll just do this 8 here. Try to take out that. Flip it over. This will destroy this. This destroys this. And then this destroys one of these. And that's the end of that round. Draw back up. You can also play until the end of the deck for the long game if you're doing the last card standing. So you don't reshuffle this whole thing. You just play to the end of the deck, and whoever has the biggest ships win. That's another way we can play. It's just like up to you. It's kind of just a fun little like format that you could just play yourself, and you know, just call it good there. I'm just going to use some intuition and put this here. Just make that bigger. This deck, let's see. They want to destroy that 1 card, and then they want to destroy, or maybe just add more to this thing just in case. Flip, all right. Destroys that. And we have 4, it destroys both. This ship is now sailed. We'd have nothing left. I'm not playing with that 3rd ship because both of them were destroyed in the beginning, so there's no reason for them to attack each other. I guess another optional rule that you could add is that ship could attack, like optionally attack either ship, and you can choose in the moment. So that could be something that's good and a good handicap because it makes it so you can fire whatever. But that person also can do the same. But yeah, you can just play with the rules that you like. So I'll have that all in a Google Doc down below that you can read. And this person's getting nothing but red. That's kind of nice for them. All right, we're gonna put that there. This one, just add, or actually it's no use to adding to that because they just win that. For the most part, they could just do this here. I don't know, they can just do throwaway cards. All right, but I'm just gonna call it there because it could take forever. But yeah, that is this game. I'll add the extra rules in there. I just wanted to show you the base rules, and it's pretty self-explanatory of what could be fair, what can't. If you don't understand the rules, you can just be like, this is a house rule that we might add. So with that said, thank you guys for watching. I hope this has been a good video for you, and hopefully you might be able to enjoy this game with you and your friends, maybe family, and I'll see you all later. Thank you for watching.